Are you ready for some stem cells? Well, here we go. I talked about the trip to Mexico and money and stem cells treatment, and I just went upstairs, had a bowl of Raisin Bran, and I said, you know what? I feel a little bit better. Raisin Bran definitely is a good cereal. I love it. I hate chewing on raisins, but I like Raisin Bran. Anyway, Medica Bosques. I received this tip through Reddit, and some individuals commented private messages and public and said, hey, we know a guy in Chicago that refers down to Mexico. And long story short, I think the partnership from Chicago to Mexico, Monterrey, Mexico, is still there. But the original doctor that started the stem cell treatments in the center of Monterrey, Mexico, is no longer there because of medical reasons. That's what it sounds like. So I said, you know what? Let me show you what I got, just to show you what I'm up against here, right? What we're looking at. Now, math will be your big friend here, and I'm gonna give you a little heads up, a little head start here. Total cost for this document is $43,000. $43,000, no pesos, dollars. Okay, so scroll down here. You know, there's a step-by-step of what's going to happen, this and that, which initial assessment I already did. Second one I did, and acceptance is what they're talking about right now. We had some other questions, thanks to my mother and my wife. You know, we sent some questions down there, and we're all consulting on if we, you know, we're still consulting on if we think this is worth it. They seem, my family seems to think so. Me, not quite as much, just because of the money. But anyway, so first visit, $14,000, and that is a liposuction. So basically, what they're going to do is they're going to go into my tummy. Well, do a little biopsy here, and they're going to take some of my skin tissue, yada yada, and they're going to grow it. Yeah, that's one thing we don't do in the United States because, you know, God forbid we grow a human being. That's what this really comes down to, is politics and religion in the United States. But they're going to take the tissue and basically in petri dishes and grow it so they can get the quantity of stem cells that they need from that tissue. So that's what this first part more or less is. It's $14,000. It's going to take about a week, give or take, 7 days total. And you can see right there they do a whole mix-up of plasmas and serology. 150 million placenta cells, which are really good cells, but, you know, only a small fraction of those are actually going to survive and make it where they need to. Application of 1 placenta implant. I don't know what that is. I think that's just the injectable area. Super immunotherapy, wavy sessions, and ANS. I got to do a little research on some of these terms. And just keep in mind, we're talking about Mexico, not the U.S. Terminology is similar, but not the same. What we call this, they don't call that. So this is going to take a little bit of research here. But my wife is certified in medical and Spanish translation. So I might actually lean on her to do some of this work for me. So $14,000 first visit. Okay. Process of separation, culture, maintenance, and activation of the mesenchymal cells. Now, those I Googled before, and I know they're very key when it comes to stem cells to generate the therapeutic material to be used during the program infusion's 1-year treatment. So they said this will be over the course of, it could be every month, it could be every 2 months, or usually they said normally it's 2 to 3 months, just depending on how we're taking these things, or how I'm doing with them. So the goal is a year, but divided up over a couple of months. Second session, $5,000. Another 100 million autologous cells in the minor procedures at the place, right? Again, more super immune therapies. Don't really know what that is. Third visit, application of another 100 million cells in the same place. 1 intrathecal infiltration, another 100 million, right? So again, I'm just showing you what they're telling me is what the money's going to pay for. Again, we get back to these super immune, wavy, and ANS sessions. Don't know what those are. Fourth visit, $5,000. Application of another 100 million visits. Now, all these other ones are very minor visits. They said 2 days, I think. So first visit is a week, and then all the rest of them are give or take 2, maximum 3 days. They only keep you there for a few hours afterwards to make sure you're doing okay. So 2 days it is. So fourth visit was $5,000. Fifth visit, $7,000. They're going to throw another $100 million sales, or $100 million sales there, and then more things. So again, I don't know. So some of these are intravenous, right, through the vein, and some of these intrathecal. I'm not sure what intrathecal is. That's a good question. They did talk about if it's not intravenous, then it would be through the muscle. So maybe my control V here. I was trying to type my titles from my YouTube earlier and they didn't go too well. Occurring within or administered into the spinal theca. Oh, great. Here. Remember how the last visit I said, hey, I don't like spinal taps? I should have said that. Everything is cyclical, right? What comes around goes around. Here we go, back into the spine. So if I go back up there, that's the 5th visit. But first visit is doesn't say what it is, placenta implant. But the second one, no infusion. I think those intravenous. First one's intravenous. Second one's intravenous, I think. Third one's intravenous. Fourth one's intravenous. And fifth one, they're going for the spinal cord. Yeah, so 5 visits total. That's what that says. And you can see that address down there at the bottom where they're located. Garza Garcia, Nuevo Laredo. That's the state. We drove through there plenty of times. But anyway, there's actually the phone number and the patients that go with it. So, we had an email on here, just FYI, of talking about it. So, information here if you want to take a look at it and copy it, reach out yourselves, with PD and stuff. Now, I have seen these clinics, they treat like kids with PSP, supranuclear palsy, and things like very deadly diseases for kids. And they actually get much better. I'm not going to say how much, but crazy the difference, because normally, you're completely disabled and not good. I don't know how else to say this, but they've shown major success in not reversing it like what you're thinking, like curing it, but people that can't talk, they're talking. People that can't walk, they're walking. People that have emotional issues and psychological issues, it's correcting that. All part of those diseases, by the way, PSP and things like that. So, that's where we're at. I'm not sure if it's worth the money. Let me know what you think. That's not clickbait. I mean, I'm sure some people will be like, hey, if you got it, spend it. True. But do you have the faith, the trust, the confidence that $43,000 is going to do something? I'm irrelevant. I don't want to spend the 43, even though it's there. So let me know what you think. I'm not going to make this prolong this out, make it crazy long or anything like that, but I appreciate you guys very much and love you. See you in the next video.